Hello family, my name is Chris, I am your home gamer dad, and welcome back to G.I. Joe the Deck Builder. We have gone through missions 2, 3, and 4 so far. As I mentioned way back in the beginning, if you're looking for mission 1, pretty much any other video on YouTube goes over mission 1. But we started at 2 and are working our way through that. 3 and 4 were in the last expansion, and now we are on the next one with mission 5, which is both named the same as the expansion and very appropriate for this time of year because it is freezing outside right now. Coldsnap. Cobra, with the help of Destro's Weather Dominator device, are set on changing the weather patterns around the Earth. Their goal is to usher in a second ice age if the leaders of the world do not submit to Cobra Commander's ultimate rule. Yep, the name of one of the 2 new missions you get in the expansion is the same name as the expansion, which actually kind of makes sense that way because, you know what you're getting at that point. Coldsnap will be mission 5, and then mission 6 for later on are Dreadnought Country that introduces the Dreadnoughts into the game. It's a short rule book. Again, as always, you have to remember that you need the base game in order to play these expansions. And I'll talk about all the new stuff that Coldsnap introduces, both as an expansion and as a mission for mission 5 right now. First thing we have over here are new Cobra Troopers, the Snow Serpents. These are side missions. When they are played, they attach to the story mission as a complication. But because they are face up, regardless if you do the mission or not, you can defeat these before doing the story mission because so long as the Snow Serpent is attached to the story mission, it increases its difficulty by 2. Now, once a story mission that it is attached to is gone, the Snow Serpent is gone as well. If you fail a story mission, the Snow Serpent stays in play along with the story mission. So just like all the other complications, it's snapped onto the story mission, but you do have the option to defeating them, thus getting rid of their hindrance to your Joes and hopefully making these story missions a little bit easier. There are new Cobra officers that will be shuffled into here as well. We may not see them, but I'll talk about them should they happen to show up. Same thing for the complications. I have the level 1 complications from the base game. I think I have like 1 from Shadow of the Serpent because it pulls out Dr. Venom from here. And then, of course, the new ones from Coldsnap are in here as well, minus the Dreadnought ones. I actually removed the Dreadnought ones from here because I'll worry about those once I do Mission 6, which is all about the Dreadnoughts. Coldsnap also has the Snowblind mechanic, which is actually built into the story mission deck. I'll talk about that in a moment once I flip it over and we start going through it, and then you can actually, it's a little bit easier to see what I'm talking about when it comes to this rather than me explaining it. But what I do want to talk about are the Towables. These are new attachments to your vehicles that start to come out in Coldsnap. You didn't find these in Shadow of the Serpent. These are new for Coldsnap, and these can be used on any game at all. It doesn't have to be any of the missions from Coldsnap. Once you get Coldsnap, you can use these Towables in your first missions, in second, third, it doesn't really matter. Basically, the way that these work is there are numbers in the upper left corner that represent how many Joes the active player, or if it's a group mission, any player needs to discard from their hand in order for it to basically snap onto the back of whatever vehicle you have. This does not count for however many Joes you get to bring in. It's its own separate thing, but you do need to discard cards from your hand in order to pay for it. Once it's snapped onto the vehicle goes into the mission and you get whatever additional bonuses on the bottom of the Towable. Once that's all done, it's like it goes in a discard pile, and once all the cards have been drawn, you just shuffle that back together and you have a new stack of Towables. Not many within Coldsnap. What I got 6 here, but I know the Transformers one introduced more Towables, and I want to say there's 2 other expansions, Silent Intruder and Crimson something right now that is currently out or almost available. I got to remember if that Crimson one's available or not, but I'm sure they have more Towables as well. You have a nice little selection here because what you're going to do then is, I'm just turning it sideways just to make it a little easier. You take the top 2 from your stack, and these are the options you have for Towables right now when going into a mission. Once you use one, it goes to the bottom and you just flip the next one down. So we have the mobile missile system, the MMS, and then the SLAM, the strategic long-range artillery machine. Both of them only require 1 to be discarded from hand in order to add whatever their abilities are to a mission. Just a reminder before I continue on, if you enjoy any of the pieces that you see here, if you're looking to add to your G.I. Joe deck builder experience, or if you're just getting into it, you're not too sure and you're really liking what you're seeing and you want to kind of jump into it, down in the description section below, I do have several affiliate links that take you right over to the Renegade website where you're going to be able to pick these up for yourself. There's a lot of this stuff already out there, the promo sets, all of the expansions, new ones, old ones, things along that ways. Using those affiliate links go a long, long way to helping the Home Gamer Dad. And of course, they add them to your collection because this is such an amazing game. I love every bit of it. I do need to pick up some of the new stuff as well. Just want to move these down because I'm going to put something up here momentarily. But yeah, just wanted to kind of call that out really quickly before we move on to a few other new things that are here. First would be this small pile of cards right in the middle. I am going to be using these. These are what's called expert mode cards. Basically, there are a bunch of different expert mode cards that they first came. I want to say Shadow of the Serpent had a bunch. There's a few here in Coldsnap. I don't remember if the base game had them. They probably did. But I took a few hand-picked ones. I think there's like 6 in this pile. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 6 of them. And I'm just shuffling them together. And I am going to draw... we'll draw one, see what it is, and then maybe we'll draw a second one just to kind of really ramp it up a little bit. So the one that we draw here is expert mode. At the end of a round, discard 2 uncovered cards from the lineup. All right, so this is pretty much going to cause us to cycle through the market even faster because we are forced to get rid of 2 at the end of a round. And you know what? Why don't we just go ahead and flip a second one anyway, just to see what it does. Another end of round thing. A complication activates at the end of a round. Oh no. Oh, this is going to be interesting for sure. All right, that may be a little bit more difficult than I think it's going to be, but we should definitely be able to handle it with the Joes that we are bringing into this mission. Now, before I talk about the mission itself, let's head on over to the side so we can meet our team and start this up. All right, so I am going to be playing 2 players for this particular run. Remember, G.I. Joe, the deck builder, will go from 1 to 4 players. And quite frankly, I have yet to see any differences in terms of what makes the game easier or harder, depending on your player count. Like, I think this game plays great at every single player count, including true solo, where you only have 1 hero. But we do have 2, so that means we do get the special reserve tile, meaning that once you put down their row of 5, you can then take one of those 5 and leave it in the reserve. So this way, at the end of their turn, they would use whatever cards they have, redraw back up to 5, and then they would take the new one to be a 6th card in their hand, which is an advantage that solo and 2 players have. Who are we playing as? First, we were playing as Dawn Moreno. When I mentioned, what was that? The promo packs and everything. Dawn actually was in the promo pack for the base game, which again, all down in the description section below. You'll be able to find that right down in there. I forget what else she came with, but it was basically just her and a few other cards. And she is the 3rd Snake Eyes, I believe. I want to say she's Snake Eyes' daughter, but I haven't read the comics where she was introduced. You guys out there know a lot more than I do about certain things like this. So, you know, anybody that wants to give a brief history of Dawn, by all means, let us know. It would be awesome. I would love to read it personally, but Dawn is amazing because if there is 1 or more Cobra officers in play, then she gains a wild skill. If not, then she draws a card. So I'll probably have her mostly be drawing cards, but officers are always in play as well, and it'd be nice for her to use it. The wild skill would then be able to use on anything. And just to remind you guys, I am playing with the house rule that normal characters, Joes that are not leaders, normal Joes, and of course the, what are they? The basic GIs for here, whenever they roll their skills or the wild skills, they will be using the green dice that came with the game that has the 3 misses, the 2 hits, and the 1 double hit on it. For any leader using actual skills, they get the giant, or bigger, I should say, mission critical dice. So you get these in G.I. Joe Mission Critical. Down in the description center below, you'll be able to find a pack of these mission critical dice, the red, white, and blue ones that I will be using for this as well. And again, the real difference between them, and really it makes a difference, is instead of it having 3 misses, it's 2 misses, and then of course more hits. So you got 3 hits as opposed to 3 misses on a mission critical dice. Only used on a leader, only used on their special skill. So it's a Bit of a limitation, but of course, a Joe who has had more experience in the field deserves to have something more to it. So that is Dawn. She is a promo. One of the Joes that came with Coldsnap we will be using, and that is the unfortunately named Snow Job. He is actually built for the Coldsnap expansion, so it is appropriate that we used him. When Snow Job, I gotta think of some other way to call him something, is on a mission, that mission is considered to also have this snow symbol on it. This is a new symbol that are on vehicles that you'll find in here that count towards like your air, sea, and land type vehicles, the plane, the tank, and the boat. But then there's also snowbound vehicles as well. Everything that he's on will be considered to be a snow mission. So if I have a vehicle that is good in the snow, he's able to take advantage of whatever that power is. Now, over here, we have their promotions. You would spend 6 recruitment points in order to promote them. This is really where their discard piles are going to be. So I'm just going to move these guys out of the way. I just wanted to kind of show that. The way it's going to work is that Dawn will go first, then Snow Job, and that'll be the end of the round. And then this will trigger at the end of Snow Job, so he will be over here. I do have the service rifle over here as well, which is cards that you can always buy at any point for 2 recruitment. And now up here, let's throw down our first 6 market cards. All right, I had given this a huge shuffle, and this only has the base game plus the Coldsnap cards mixed in. I just threw all the Coldsnap in. There is a expert mode cards where you take out 21 of the base game cards and then put in the Coldsnap cards so you don't have a bigger deck, because one of the lose conditions of this game is if this ever runs out, but I rarely ever have to worry about that. All right, so we have Beachhead as our first one. The Laser Satellite Strike, that's new for, what is it, our second. Number 3 is a Gas Grenade. Defeat 1 Cobra Trooper you control. Inspiration, each player who reveals a leader from their hand draws a card. Okay, that's not so bad. And then we have, the Sniper Rifle, one of my favorite, +2 Wild Skill on a mission. And the 6th one is a vehicle, the Tomahawk. Flight, 2 Explosion, 3 Tracker. So the new Laser Satellite Strike, immediately defeat a submission or group mission, but not a story mission, of difficulty 3 or lower. All right, that is very, very helpful. That's an instant win right there. And Beachhead is maximum of 2 players may assign Joes to this mission. Each player in this mission draws a card. Great, that's actually perfect because I only have 2 guys. So each player who reveals a leader got that. Awesome. All right, let's shuffle these guys up. All right, that's Dawn. This is SJ or whatever. I got to remember what his real name is. I'll have to look that up at one point really quickly. Let's do our opening hands. We did our opening market. Now let's do our opening hands. Second effort, a GI, a GI, a GI, a GI. Wow, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I drew 1 too many, so you can actually go back there. Wow, that was a lot. So we're gonna have the same hand here. Nope, all right, you have the fuse, which isn't gonna really do stuff. Snow Job jumps in, and there we go. Now, normally the first round is really more of a buying round than anything. There's nothing on the field, but what we do get to do is flip over the mission cards, which is good because at least we can see what our first mission is. Can't do anything with it yet. It is still technically not in play because we are in the opening round, which is the little blue section down here on the Cobra track, which again, a way we lose the game is if this ever gets to the very top and we immediately lose. So our first mission for Coldsnap is, the Frozen Land. Satellite imagery has detected activity deep in the frozen wastes of the Isle of Frozen Land. What cold-blooded scheme has Cobra devised this time? I'm not going to go over what this is right now because it's still technically not in play. When it comes into play, something important does happen. So for right now, let's just see what we can start building our decks with. Okay, so we'll have Dawn go first. I'm going to go ahead and take the second chance, throw that into reserve. There are no missions right now for us to deal with, so nothing really matters right now. 1, 2, 3, 4 we can spend. We'll put those into the discard pile, and she will get Beachhead. Now remember, in G.I. Joe the Deck Builder, cards don't go to your discard pile when you purchase them. They go to the top of your deck, which is awesome because then you're able to have them for your next turn, because knowing is half the battle, and you know what you stack your deck with. Low light, tracker, 3 tracker, that's okay. I need recon, honestly. If we were in the red, he would gain a wild skill. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right there. So that's Dawn's now hand for when we start doing the story mission. Moving on over here to Snowy, we have 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, she also gets that back. And I think what I'm also going to do, I'm going to leave the diffuse in his hand. I like the diffuse better. We got 3. I'm actually going to grab the inspiration. That was each player who reveals a leader from their hand draws a card. We haven't gotten too many leaders yet, but at the very least we got that going on. There's really nothing else I can do because there are no missions going on right now. So these all go to the discard pile for Snow right here. And now he gets a redraw. We knew that was that. 2, 3, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. Now that that is said and done, this gets replenished. And with the expert mode, yeah, this is where things are going to get a problem because technically the end of round has happened. So it would be story missions, card effects, threat meter would be the order that would work. Story mission would happen first. That doesn't do with anything. Card effects, that is where our expert mode cards trigger. Which, as you remember from over here, our first one is we have to discard 2 cards from the lineup, replacing them, which actually is then an accelerator towards the end of the game. Really, that's what this card is. And then we have to add a complication and just put it in the field, and whatever it is what it is. All right, I'm going to toss the gas grenade, and I'm going to toss low light. There'll be a discard pile like up there, out of camera in terms of what's coming out. APC and zap. Double the effect of the next gear plate. Oh, that's fun. Okay, so there we go. That is everything. That is the end of the round. Let's add the complication and then put the story mode into effect. Here we go. What do we got? Story mission. Discard 1 star from this mission. So there is no story mission out right now. And I'm pretty sure this just kind of chills. It might as well just go out anyway. Because right now, with the end of the round, whoosh, this moves up. We are officially in to the Cobra schemes. And now this will never go back down to blue again for the rest of the game. We now have to maintain it going up and down so it doesn't get too far up. Frozen Land comes into play with that one competition already revealed on it as well. But now you notice we have something next to it, something called Snowblind. With the global temperature plummeting and snowstorms raging, Cobra's plans are impossible to decipher. All the Joes can see is snow and static. All right, first to the Frozen Land, I'm going to go ahead and take the 2 complications. They are going to be upside down. We'll just put them underneath capture. And those are going to be what we deal with whenever we decide to do the, the story mission. Got to also remember that I'll be adding a complication at the end of every round too. The way that this works is at the end of each round, draw 1 complication. Oh my God, doing so many complications. Oh, this was probably not a good idea to use this. However, what the Snowblind does is it effectively blinds us for the next story mission. Normally you get to see what comes next and kind of anticipate it. But with Snowblind, it is a group mission. Anybody can do them. These will be in between every single one of the missions going from top to bottom, which, by the way, I'm doing a shorter game. There's only one Act 1, Stage 1, and then it goes to Act 1 finale, Act 2, Stage 1, Act 2 finale, and then I have the normal 3 that you'd see for Act 3. Might be bad with all these complications. If you defeat this, then you get the success in the middle, which in this case, target player draws 2 cards. If you fail, nothing happens, but if you beat the story mission before you defeat the Snowblind, then the next card when it's revealed, if it has a special Snowblind, symbol on it, then that triggers. If it doesn't, that's great. Probably a good idea to get rid of this. The question now is, what do I do, or what's my best plan of action here in order to get rid of it? I should just get rid of the Snowblind first. That should be the very first thing I do. The problem is that Snowjob doesn't really have too many good. I mean, it's a 3. Frozen Land just is a 3, but then again, I don't know what the what those other 2 complications are going to be. So I think what I'm going to do is we will just go ahead and we will do the Snowblind. I am going to actually leave Dawn in reserve if that's going to be I, but I'm just going to take these and let's go to the main area. We're going to take the Vamp, so that's going to be our car that we're taking here. I'm not going to take any of the the Towables, and we will go up against the Snowblind. We'll have Beachhead, which is a maximum 2 players may assign Joes to this mission. I am going to give one from, Snowjob into this because each player on this mission draws a card, which is great. That's good. I'm basically using a GI in order just to kind of cycle him out and everything. And then I can actually put 2 more GIs onto the mission as well. So ultimately, it's tracker, and that's not going to be good for anything. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 regular dice. I don't have anything else that I can use. I do have 1 second effort in my hand in order to hopefully get a reroll if I need it. So it's 4 plain dice in order to get a 3. Beachhead is not a leader class, Joe, so that's why he doesn't get any of the bigger dice. And then it's just a matter of hopefully getting what we need. Yes, okay, sweet. Oh my goodness, all right, so good. Good. We were able to get the 3 we needed. Okay, so we managed to defeat the Snowblind, which is great. This doesn't go into either one of these sections right here. It is just considered a regular group mission. It's defeated and it goes, but with the Snowblind gone, we're now able to see what the next mission is. And now if you also notice, it's really hard to see on this one. Once I show you a bigger scan of it, which might as well just do now anyway. It says, put Destro into play, which is the main thing for this next finale card. And then over to the left, you'll see there's the little symbol where if we did not do the Snowblind, all of that would go into play. A Snow Serpent and a Cobra Battalion. It still does other things too, but that's at least good that we were able to get rid of the Snowblind. With that said, Beachhead enabled both of our characters to draw a card, so we're just going to draw 1 for each of them, and then I get to use the Snowblind's power, which is draw 2 cards, which I'm going to actually have Snowjob do. I shuffled in that 1 GI that he used for the mission. Okay, good. Oh my god, that's amazing. Snowjob, perfect. All right, because I wanted that for this one, because I feel like I'm going to get a leader up here again once I reshuffle and everything. So that is that. We've used all of these, so that's good. The vamp then goes back to the hangar. There's nothing else we can do. Unfortunately, this diffuse isn't going to be useful for anything because it's already at the lowest it could possibly go. I could toss some of these. I mean, there's 3. I could use all 3 to get Zap. I need explosives, so I'm going to do that. So Zap's going to go here. I'm not going to get rid of any of the GIs. I do need to shuffle anyway. Oh, before I finish all that, I forgot I had 2 more cards in Dawn's hand. Comms would enable me to cycle out something. Do I really care? The comms is going to be silly. I'm not going to need, no, I'm not going to need either of these. All right, so that's going to be the end of Dawn's turn. We know she's going to draw a Zap. I've shuffled, so 1, 2, good. 3, 4, 5 with Dawn right here. Oh my goodness, that's amazing. Oh, all right, cool. Snowjob's turn. Let's see if we can defeat that story mission. All right, so we need 3 recon in order to defeat this. I don't have anybody with any type of recon at all, so we're just going to have to kind of run with the hip and hope for the best at this point. We are taking the vamp, and then what we're going to do is I'm going to discard a standard Joe from Snowjob's hand in order to bring on the MMS. And basically, I can discard a utility to pay for this as well. I didn't have one, so it didn't matter. Once during this mission, which is what we're doing right now, I may re-roll any number of dice. So that gives me an advantage of getting 1 full re-roll on everything. Again, wish I had recon, but I still get to bring 4 people. So we'll take Snowjob. We'll take both of these GIs. Well, hang on. Before I do any of that, we're going to play the utility card, Inspiration. Each player may reveal a leader from the hand to draw 1 card. Hey, I got Snowjob. He is a leader, so we get to draw a card, which is another GI. Dawn is there, so they get to draw another. Wow, look at all that buying. Oh, that's amazing. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and go on our mission here. We're going to have Snowjob jump in. Again, nothing is recon, or nothing is, the ability here, but he will get a wild dice, which being a leader, I've determined that I will give him the big one because he is a leader regardless. I am going to bring in Beachhead, so this way everyone can at least draw a card. So he will gain us 1. And then we have another 1 here for this GI and another 1 here for this GI from, Snowjob's hand. I don't have any other rerolls, neither does Dawn, but we do get 1 full reroll with the dice that we have here at least. Okay, so we need 3, a count of 3 in order to win this. Okay, we got 3 misses instead of 3 hits. I will save this one. The MMS gives us 1 free reroll for any number of dice. So let's take these 3. Now we need 2. We need a 2. Come on. Yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, I love it when the base dice give us the results that we're looking for. Just because it just feels nice and natural that our leader's doing their job taking care of anybody. But we've done it. Fantastic. Or maybe we didn't, because I completely forgot about these complications. Oh, no. Okay, so storyline. Discard 1 Joe from this mission. I think I'm just going to have to do a full reroll on everything. So this would have happened. I would have had to discard a Joe, so that was gone. Yeah, we're just going to have to re-roll it all. I prematurely got excited. Put Dr. Venom into play. That's from over here. All right, he is Dr. Venom right here, which is leaders cannot be assigned to missions. You cannot attempt a mission against any other Cobra officer while Dr. Venom's in play. I've already assigned here, so this doesn't count. But going forward, I need to get rid of him in order to be able to assign more things. The other complication is the surprise attack, so the meter goes up by 1. Okay, now we get to go and re-roll, which is now the big dice and 2 little dice. Still a plausible roll. The difficulty of the mission didn't go up, and we have a higher chance of hitting what we need. All right, so we got a double hit right there. That's great. But again, we still get the re-roll from the MNS. Remember, this is a completely new set of rolls because I forgot to do the complications. There it is. That may be a miss, but that's a hit right there. Fantastic. At least we finished it. That was the main goal. Hooey, awesome. Okay, so we have defeated this. This is now a completed mission, so that will be up here. By the way, just to show, there's the frost symbol right here in the Frozen Land. If we had a vehicle with that symbol, then it would trigger. So it's basically the new vehicle style ability trigger for the Coldsnap. So that'll go up there. That is our completed missions. This is not into play yet, but it will be. And all of this is done. You are finished. I'm just going to move you to the side for a discard. The vamp goes back, and our new towable is the Mountain Howitzer. You have to discard 2 Joes, +1 wild skill for each Joe on this mission, +1 wild skill for each utility and or gear played during this mission. Interesting. Oh, and the reward for defeating that was it goes down 2. It can only go down 1, but that's all right. I'd rather it be on the bottom anyway. All right, so Beachhead was used for here. Both of these characters do draw, so another GI and another GI. All right, that's fine. But I have used a bunch. I used Snow Job, and I used both of those GIs as well. I'm actually going to discard one of these GIs, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I'm not. I'm actually not going to do that. I am going to leave it, because I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the new GI that I drew will go there. I'm going to put diffuse up there. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What is it? Buying power. Yes, there's things I could buy up there. But what I am going to instead do is we are going to upgrade Snow Job as soon as we can to get Explosives of Recon. He's going to now go on top of the deck, which is great because I can use his explosive power for the next mission, hopefully in theory. So that is all done. I did have a comms in my hand because of the expert mode. I'm not looking to really get rid of stuff because it's going to do it for me. If I can ever get rid of comms, I definitely will. So those all go to his discard pile. That is the end of Snow Job's turn. So 1, 2, 3. Let's shuffle. All right. 4 and 5. Fantastic. That's good for buying as well because we got quite a bit here. Diffuse. And now we go on. Story mission is not in play. Card effects. Dr. Venom doesn't do anything in terms of effect-wise. However, we do have to get rid of 2 cards from up here. I'm going to get rid of the APC, and I'm going to get rid of the laser. The laser was cool, but like I just feel like it wouldn't be very good to get in anytime soon. All right, cool. Perfect. 2 new Snowblind stuff. Frostbite, 3 recon if it's a snow mission, +2 wild skill. That would have been useful. And then we have the Snowcat, which is snow. There's its snow symbol right there, and a tank. All GIs on this mission have +1 wild skill. If it's snow or tank, plus explosive or tank. Oh, that's amazing. All right, I got to get that. And then a new complication comes into play, which is story mission +1 difficulty. That's a thing, because now what's going to happen is the threat meter is going to go up. So the green section is going to activate. So it's going to move up 1. And then it just goes up 1 naturally. And with that, the finale for the level 1 mission comes into play. Destroy the Weather Dominator. With the world in the icy grip of Destro's insidious device, it's up to the Joes to dismantle this metal monstrosity. All right, so first thing this is Destro goes into play. Destro is a 5 with explosive and martial arts to take down. Reroll all double hit results against the story mission. At the end of each round, draw a complication, which we are doing already. So we got 2 really annoying officers in play. One of them is we cannot assign leaders to missions, which right now all we have is like 1 leader in each deck, but that'll change really quickly. And I cannot attempt missions against any other Cobra officers while Dr. Venom is in play. So I got to get rid of him first. The other thing we have to keep in mind is we have 2 more complications added to this. So we know it's already a difficulty of 1, so it's a 5, plus the 2 other complications. We'll do it this way, just so I can maybe kind of remember. We'll see. And then if we had a boat, that would be great as well. But I don't think that's going to matter. -1, target player draws 2 cards on a success. And of course, we have the Snowblind as well, that if this was active when I flipped over, I would have had to put a Snow Serpent and Battalion into play. So I'm glad that that didn't happen. Yeah, a lot of moving parts right here happening. Oh boy. 1, 2, we got Dawn. Dawn is great because at least she's a leader, which would have been fine to go and fight Destro, which Destro doesn't need stealth. Ah, man, who do I want to put? You know what? I'm actually going to put Dawn in the reserve because I can use that next turn for the leader-wise, but that's 1, 2. No, I don't want to. I don't want to because I can actually upgrade her as well, and I'd rather get her upgraded. All right, let me see what I can do. All right, so I'm definitely going against Dr. Venom. So we're going to bring the Vamp in right now. And from Dawn's hand, we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4 GIs. So all 4 GIs are going to be there ready to go attack him. Okay, so I'm going to actually back up. I'm going to take one of these back to Dawn's hand, and Snowjob is actually going to add one of his because the Cobra officers are group missions. Dr. Venom is a group mission. So this is from Snowjob's hand. These are from Dawn's hand. It's going to be these 4 going up against him. The only reason I do that as well is because Snowjob has second effort for at least 1 reroll, and we can diffuse that down a little bit more should we manage to do it. So I'm kind of hoping that with his 1 guy in there, we'll be able to hopefully roll the 4 that we need to defeat Dr. Venom. That's a big hope with only having the regular dice on your side. 1 for each difficulty that we need. Oh boy. Oh, we did it. Oh my goodness, we did it. Because we got the double there. Oh my God, that's great. That's great, that's great, that's great. Okay, so we got these 3. Okay, Dr. Venom's gone. Get out of here, you jerk. You stand over there. So now I'll be able to use leaders for fighting missions or whatever, which is great. I am going to use, of course, the diffuse also because with Snowjob being on the mission, he's able to use these. I believe if you defeat, oh no, no, he cannot. He cannot. I'm sorry, he cannot because it would need to have this like little M symbol on it. Never mind, he can't use the diffuse. That's okay. I would rather have him be part of it anyway. So that'll just go to his discard pile. And then out of these 3, I'm actually going to get rid of 1 of them from Dawn's deck and just leave 2 more. And I'll show you why in a moment. But first, we're going to go ahead and go after Destro. Now, we're going to have Dawn as part of our team. So again, we're just going to kind of assign this out. She does get 1 wild skill. If there are +1 Cobra officers in play, +1 wild skill. So she actually has 2 dice that she'll be able to roll, which is awesome. We're going to go against Destro. Zap is going to be our other guy that we're going to have. And because he has explosives, he gets 3 dice that he can roll. And then we're just going to do 2 more of the basic GIs in order to have those as well. So these are the dice that we have to roll in order to go up against Destro. Remember, we only re-roll the double dice on story missions. It's a group mission technically, but all these guys are going up against Destro to hopefully take him down. Dawn is super powerful against those Cobra officers. So yeah, that's kind of a main reason why I had to get rid of Dr. Venom as soon as possible. Oh yes, I think that's it. That's it, right? He has 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Beautiful. Yeah, knock down Chrome Dome. Goodbye. Goodbye. Away with you. Now, these are all done. The Vamp goes back to the hangar, and unfortunately, we still do have Snowblind out. All right, so all that was used. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 exactly. Let's go ahead. That's why I chose to get rid of the 1, because by me getting rid of that 1, I'm now able to upgrade Dawn to her specials. Just to show the upgrades, because I forgot to talk about it before. +1 wild skill for each Cobra officer in play. This is just if there's 1 or more, she gets a wild skill. This is for every Cobra officer in play, she gains a wild skill. And if none, she draws 2 cards, but discards 1 of them. So it's a better way that way. So you go here. Snow Job is when Snow Job is on a mission, all terrain types are snow, and all terrain bonus abilities trigger on transports as well. He is the master of transport. So now that means I got to start buying some of these. Would like to get the Snowcat. The Tomahawk would be nice as well. Just anything to really add into our hangar, and hopefully not, what is it? Oh, wow, that's not really that good. Cycle out at the end of the round. But regardless of anything, it is Snow Job's turn, and I think we're going to go after the Snowblind first. All right, well, actually, first thing we're going to do is inspiration. Each player who reveals a leader. Hey, look, I got a leader right here for Snow Job, and then Dawn's right there. So Snow Job draws a GI. Got to shuffle this. Okay, and now Dawn gets Zap, which is explosives. Oh, I could use that for the story mission. Okay, we're going to take a chance here. I'm going to try something. I'm going to cross my fingers in hopes that it works. We are going to go after the story mission right now. I will have time afterwards in order to hopefully have enough within Snow Job's hand in order to take down the Snowblind mission as well. So we will go ahead and use the Vamp. It is Marksman and Explosives, which is another reason why I wanted Snow Job, because he has explosives. He has 4 explosives. He'll be able to use all 4 of these giant dice that I have pulled over to the side, because he is a leader. He does get all 4 within his number. Yeah, so that'll be amazing to do. Let's also, we're throwing Zap in from Dawn's hand because she needs that. So he has 3 explosives. So looking at it pretty good. And, oh man, do I want to throw... Dawn's going to have some issues, but I am just going to give another GI just to give 1 more dice as a precautionary measure. I have 2 in Snow Job's hands, but I need them because I want to try to go after the Snowblind afterwards. Plus, whoever wins, I get to draw 2 cards here and then draw 2 cards from here if I manage to do it. So defeating this will cause, I'll give Snow Job the 2 cards, and then he can go after Snowblind, which will give Dawn 2 cards. So that's the theory that I'm working with. So let's see how we do with our rolls. After we check the complications. Remember that. Remember, complications. So the story mission's out of 5. Kind of another reason why I wanted to get as many dice as possible. Next, we have Override Security System. It's a side mission, Precision Strike. So I get to assign this to somebody. 2, Tech, Martial Arts. I'm actually going to give this to Dawn. She'll be able to handle that on her next turn. And then another Cobra officer comes into play. Fantastic. Crystal Ball goes into play. Crystal Ball is a new officer from Snowblind. During your recruit phase, you either buy the leftmost uncover card in the lineup, or you have to increase the threat level by 1. Ew, no. All right, well, now it's a matter of going after Crystal Ball as soon as I can. Otherwise, that really limits whatever we can buy. Yeah, I thought so. I had a feeling that was going to be more than enough. Remember, I need a 5, but yeah, more than enough to take him out. I wish I didn't do that 1 GI because I could have used something else, but safe than sorry in this situation. Okay, so these would go to Dawn's discard pile. Snow Job we'll just use for later. We have defeated this, so story mission is fine. This goes into our successes, which is awesome. You go down 1 and target player draws 2. All right, so I put this over here for Dawn. That's hers. These have been used, and Snow Job's going to draw 2, a GI, and comms. Okay. All right, well, at the beginning of Dawn's turn, this will actually come into play, so I really need to defeat it right now. Back with the Vamp. 1, 2, 3. So it's 3 for 3, at least with Snow Job. I can use my second effort. Diffuse. This is, well, it's a group mission, so that really doesn't count. It's not a side mission, so Diffuse isn't going to help at all. I put Diffuse to the side, so maybe he'll be able to use it on a later turn. All right, so we got 2 out of 3. Let's go ahead and use our second effort to re-roll this. There it is. Good. Good use of the second effort in order to be able to get the damage that I need. All right, That's gone, which is good. That doesn't actually affect at all. Explosives and recon when we start level 2, great. All right, these are all put back. I think that's the end of his turn. The Snowblind does enable somebody to draw 2, so I am going to give that to Dawn so she has more cards in her hand. 1, 2 GIs, okay. That's everything for Snow Job, and I either have to buy this, or if I buy anything else, then the threat meter goes up 1. So what do I got? Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 right here, plus these 2, which I'm not going to need. Man, all right, so I'm going to definitely buy Frostbite for 2. Replace, disarm. If you defeat a Cobra Battalion this turn, draw 1 card. I'm not going to worry about that. All right, so we're going to take the Snowcat because I really want to get this vehicle into our lineup. But by doing that, pushes this up 1. Oh, that's terrible. But at least the Snowcat is going to help a lot for, Snow Job if he uses it on a mission, which I'm hoping to get him to do that soon. All right, let's keep going. 1, 2, 3, fantastic. Boom, boom, awesome. All right, now then, story mission. No story mission in place, so that doesn't matter. Card effects. Crystal Ball doesn't do anything. This does actually reload here. But the expert mode gets rid of 2 cards from up there. Defeat 1 Dreadnought in play, or even aside if you cannot -1. I guess that's just a great way of moving down the, that's a good way of bringing down the threat meter, though. Gonna get rid of Disarm, and I'm gonna get rid of, oh man, the Tomahawk is so good, but yeah, we're gonna get rid of the Tomahawk. All right, so that's 2 from what the expert mode card makes me get rid of. Lift ticket right there. We need more Joes. I gotta find more Joes in order to get in there. And technically, we will be starting level 2, so let me go ahead and just reshuffle in everything we did for level 1, which is all this, and then all of, they're over here on the side, all the level 2 complications. Okay, I love this, drawing a complication every turn, hurrah! Story mission, discard 1 Joe for this mission. All right, so that'll go attached to this once this comes into play. Speaking of which, let's go over here. So we're in the green, so it moves up 1, and now it moves up 1 again. So now Cobra Battalions are going to start lining up along our market, and if 6 of them ever go on the field, we immediately lose. There's a million ways for this to lose this game. Moving on, Act 2, story mission number 1, the perfect specimen. An army of mutant animal hybrids created to survive in the harshest of climates. Are there no ethical limits to Cobra's insidious schemes? Hooray, we get to put another officer into play. Dr. Mindbender. He's one that gave me trouble over the last few games because I keep forgetting to do what he does. Let's see. So he is in play because we were definitely green or higher. At the I don't know why it says that, considering we'll always be in the green for this one. But then again, we are in the yellow, but I don't know. I think it's fine. I think he's supposed to go in. You guys let me know in the comments below. Should Dr. Mindbender have been put into play right here? I'm going to say yes, just because I seem to be making things difficult for myself, so we're going to go with that. At the end of each player's turn, they choose to gain a Cobra Trooper or put 1 Snow Serpent into play. Now remember, the Snow Serpents attach themselves to the storyline. You can get rid of them, but as long as they're there, it increases the difficulty by 2. Oh boy. But I love this also. Gain 1 vehicle in the lineup at no cost if we succeed. It'd be nice if there was a vehicle up here for us to use. Also be nice if Dawn actually had some good things to do. I do have to do this side mission, which is going to be good because I can actually move down with Diffuse, but I don't have many Joes in hand. This actually goes here for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How did you get 7? Where? Oh, I grabbed them with surface rifle. Haha, that was silly. Sorry about that. Yeah, all right. I gotta figure out what I want to do. I have to get rid of this, or else it's just gonna make the the threat meter go up. All right, so Dawn is actually gonna first go after Crystal Ball. I'd rather do that. I know Dr. Mindbender's annoying, but with Crystal Ball, I can play her. She gets +1 wild skill for each Cobra Troop officer in play, so that's 2 right there, which is awesome. Unfortunately, she doesn't do anything else, so it's just a regular wild skill, but it's still 3 dice. 3 dice is still really good. I'm going to do 1 GI from her hand, and Snowjob is actually going to lend 1 GI from his hand as well, in the hopes to just kind of increase the capability, or of the probability, I should say, of defeating Crystal Ball. So yeah, that's how we're doing that. All right, here we go. Let's see if we can do this. Just barely. Oh, just barely got it. All right, so he's gone at least. That's good. All right, Crystal Ball at least is gone, so now I don't have to worry about that going up as I continue to do other things. That'll go to the discard pile for Snowjob. These 2 were used. I need to get rid of it. I need to get rid of this override security system. And the problem is I only have 1 card, Beachhead, who doesn't even add anything. It's stealth. I need tech and martial arts. But I rather, like, using Dawn for the other one was better. I have 1 roll. 1 roll to hit a double on this. Am I going to do it? Nope. All right, let's just see what we can do. Let's do a second effort attack. Nope. Okay, well, I had to try. Like, I had to try to do something. So, because all I have left is diffuse and comms, and I can't do either. And now that's just going to make things even more annoying. That didn't work out at all. That goes there. I'm going to leave the diffuse up here, because if on her next turn, if she defeats it, at least the diffuse will be all right. I have nothing to comms out, so that's really all that is. Oh, boy, oh, boy. All right, so at least with Dr. Mindbender gone, I can do 1, 2, 3. I have 4 to spend, which still isn't really that good, because a lot of those are 5s. I'm going to take a lift ticket for 3 and just kind of lose 1, because there's really nothing else that I can do right now. I was thinking about taking the night vision binoculars, but for right now, I think it's fine. So we know we got lift ticket, got a GI. I had like all of them in her hand at one point, and now there's not much. All right, and another GI. All right, so at least she has a lot of capability of fighting off that on her next turn, depending on what happens. So boom, on down to Snowjob, and he can't fight that for her because that's her side mission. Which, by the way, that does go up 1, being that it was the end of her turn. Now, the vamps here, I'm going to actually put the vamp back for right now. I also forgot to do the Dr. Mindbender ability, which again, told you, figure I was going to forget it. So let's just see. I scored really high, so it didn't matter. All right, so it's the Ram. If it's a Joe, discard the top card. So this is going to be discarded regardless of anything. That was for Dr. Mindbender. This is refilling here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Barbecue right now has refilled the line, so that's good. I think the best thing to do right now is for him to go up against the story mission right here, which does have 1 complication to it that I did not draw. So we're just going to leave that right here for right now. Maybe not, because there's no vehicles in the lineup. I would gain a vehicle for free. Oh man, there's so much stuff. Now let's He's going to actually just play Inspiration first. Unfortunately, there's no leaders for Dawn, but Snowjob's the only one that draws, and he just gets a GI. All right, we're going to take the Snowcat, and we're going to go after Dr. Mindbender. Snowjob is going to be on it, so all-terrain types count as snow, and all-terrain bonus abilities are active. So regardless of anything, this is going to be active, which will be 3 explosive and 2 tech. The explosives doesn't matter, but I do get 2 tech off of that, because I'm going up against Dr. Mindbender, who does tech. Snowjob doesn't add anything because he doesn't have tech or explosives. He just gives 1 wild skill from a leader perspective. And then we can do 1, 2 GIs as well to at least give them both 2 dice apiece, because the cat enables that. All GIs on this mission gain +1 wild skill. So they also gain that. So out of these 2, 4, 6, 7 dice, we have to hit a 4. Well, that is until we flip this over and see that it's expert training. If you control leader 2. Perfect. All right, we just have to hit a 4. Fantastic. I should be pretty easily done with all these dice, right? Yeah, Snowjob's a good leader. He can do this. 1, 2, 3, go! Oh, 2, okay, woo. All right, there we are. You see a lot of misses and you get scared for a moment, but at least Mindbender's gone and we don't have to worry about him clogging up any of the future missions. For now, at least, because you know how that works. They're always back later. So, all right, all this is done and the Snowcat actually goes to his discard pile. We'll get this back in later. At least we know it'll come out on Snowjob's turn. hopefully he'll have them in hand. So those were all used. I don't have a side mission. I'm just going to toss it. And we're going to actually leave Frostbite for next turn, because if the mission is a snow mission, which is what the storyline is, he gains 2 wild skill, plus he has recon. So he'll be able to roll 5 dice against the story mission, which Dawn could trigger on her turn, which is great. Nothing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so we get to buy a 5er now. Taking playtime is over. I know he's getting a lot of utility, but just to play it and to have the threat meter go down 1 immediately, fine by me. I love that. That's fine. That's just control over the meter, because right now at the end of this, we're definitely getting a Cobra Battalion onto up there. It's 5 exactly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We do gain, I was about to grab that again. Frostbite back, which is good. Reload. Killer Whale, finally. See, there we go. That's good. So at least now I can take advantage of it by putting something into, the hangar. Unfortunately, now we are at the end of the round. The story mission, I actually forgot the story mission. At the end of each player's turn, they choose to gain 1 Cobra Trooper or Snow Serpent. We're going to do 2 Cobra Troopers. So basically, this would go into the discard pile, and then this one would get shuffled into Dawn's deck. I'm just going to do that now, and, you know, whatever. That's fine. So I believe she would have drawn already. Let's say she didn't draw the Cobra Trooper. It's still somewhere in there. So that's that. That would be the story mission at the end of her round, the story mission at the end of Snowjob's round. Card effects. What am I going to get rid of up here? Night vision goggles for 1, and we'll get rid of the sniper rifle for 2. I know that having those wild skill is great, but the scuba gear to draw is awesome as well. Oh, that's fun. Survival gear. Draw, hey, look, scuba and survival. If you are a solo only, you would draw 3 cards, which is awesome, but that's a straight draw 2 for much cheaper than this. You know what? I changed my mind. I know I probably shouldn't. I'm being meta right now with just watching it, but we'll say that happened. Let's draw a complication, because that's what happens. Put Destro into play. We just got rid of you, Chrome Dome. Bah! All right, so he's over here. Back into play with Destro. And I can't keep a good guy down, or a bad guy down, I should say. This is going to go onto the far left, in the market. So Ace is going to get it, and that's going to go up 1. All right, come on, Joes, let's go. We need to do better now. So, Dawn's turn. I have to do something about this immediately. All right, so unfortunately, you can't do much with the fact that this is tech and martial arts, but at least I can do 3 GIs. And just for the heck of it, we'll roll all 3 right here. Come on, there we are. Beautiful. 1, 2, 3, more than what I needed, but at least that gets rid of this, and I don't have to worry about it pushing that down. I can now officially play Diffuse, because it's a side mission to move this down. keeping it a little bit better under control. All right, I think she is going to go ahead and take down the Snowblind. I know that's going to put another thing here, which is going to be annoying, but we'll just go ahead and use Lift Ticket and this 1 GI here, which unfortunately is just 1 and 1 right now, because it's vehicles, and I need martial arts for that Snowblind. And Snowjob will at least give 1 of his GIs in. So this way, if he needs be, he can use his second chance in order to re-roll dice. So 3 dice, 3. Oh, no. All right, come on. Please. What do we got? All right, so we got a miss and a double hit. Let's go ahead and use our second effort. So we're going to keep that. We get to re-roll 1 die. Come on. 50-50 shot. 50-50 shot. Yes. All right, so the Snowblind is defeated. That is amazing. Great. Thank goodness Snowjob had that ability to re-roll. All right, so this one is actually different, compared to the other ones. Discard the Snowblind. This goes down 1, which is fine by me. And then that is gone. So now we actually get to reveal what our Series 2 finale is. It's just going to be, oh man, this is terrible. And I'd rather not put 2, shuffle the Cobra officers and put 1 into play at random. Put 2 in. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm glad we didn't have to worry about that. All right, so that'll go to Snowjob's discard pile. These 2 have been used, and that's really it for Dawn. She can't do anything else. She has no more cards. What do we got in the way of purchasing power here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, she has 5. Oh, sweet, she has 5 exactly. Yeah, Spirit and Freedom. Come here. I could use the additional, keywords in order to do stuff. Tracker and Marksman, which right now nobody has either, but I'd rather, for each side mission you control, +1 hit. Well, that would have been great if I had that. Got Explosives, we got a GI, boom, boom. All right, and Beachhead with Stealth. So, unfortunately, nothing is going to help us in the future, but that's a thing right now. And I'm going to take this Snow Serpent and I'm going to attach it to here because I don't want to put any more Cobra Troopers and gunk up our decks. All right, Snow Job's turn, and we're pretty much going to go after the story mission just so I can get rid of it. This is just going to go down immediately so we can lower the, the threat gauge by 1, so now it's in the green. And being in the green, it's going to help out a lot because we don't have to worry about it going crazy. So, Vamp comes in, which is great. We are going after the perfect specimen, so Recon's going to go down for sure. So he gets 3 for Recon, and because the mission is a snow one, he does gain 2 more. So that's good at least. And then we're actually going to get 2 from Dawn. We're going to get Zap, and we're going to get a GI. And what's good is the explosives here will give him 3, and then 1 more for this GI, but that's all the dice I have. So I actually can re-roll any one of these once, which is really nice. You know what, I'm gonna double up on that just to be sure. So I'll have 2 re-rolls with these 2 GIs, and then all these other dice as well. So between all of that, let's see what we need to get. All right, so we know 2 complications already exist. Capture, discard. All right, so I'm gonna discard this one from Dawn, so that's fine. That's gone out of here. So now we also know that the difficulty is up by 2, so that's a 7. And we have a side mission, which we can actually give that right to Dawn. All right, perfect, because, yeah, that's going to be amazing. So we'll give that to Dawn. So really all we have to worry about is this at a 7 with the dice that we have. Okay. All right, technically I'm rolling 9 dice. I have to get 7 hits out of 9 dice. Here's 8 dice going down for the first roll. 2, 4, 6. Okay, cool. That's good. This is the 9th dice right here. So if it's a hit, we win. That's a hit because that was a double hit. I knocked into it. Okay. Oh, okay. 2, 4, 6, 7. Wow, that was okay. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, that gets tough. Okay, Zap's gonna go to Dawn's discard pile. We got these 2 here for Snow Job. Oh, goodness. All right, you are defeated. Down 1 for the threat meter, and we get to gain a vehicle, which in this case is the Killer Whale. So at least we have a sea-worthy vehicle ready to go for any mission that requires any type of sea motion. So, okay, so this one's defeated now. Go up here. Snow Serpent goes back because that's been defeated, and that gets shuffled back in. I did have to replace before, so Blowtorch is actually over here. He's from Coldsnap as well. 3 explosive, 3 marksman. If this mission is against a Cobra officer or dreadnought, +3 martial arts. Oh my god. Oh, you'd be so good against Destro. Let's reload here with Lightfoot with 3 explosives. Don't really have anything to do with comms. Well, actually, no, I'm going to play comms. You have less than 3 cards. You get the draw card. Wow, I actually used its special ability for something. That is amazing. Target teammate with 3 or fewer cards draws 1 card. Haha! Yes! All right, good. 1, 2, 5. Taking Barbecue and Lightfoot because both of them are going to be able to help me defeat Destro in the long run. So those are good. So that's there. That's awesome. Let's reload up here because unfortunately we're going to have to start getting rid of stuff. Oh my god, 2 of my favorites just got put in. Rock and Roll and Hawk. And I can only choose from these to get rid of because of that complication. Ugh, man. All right, well, you do what you got to do. All right, so we know Lightfoot and Barbecue are next. Let's give this a shuffle. All right, put that here. Move that up. That's 2, 3, 4, 5. Ew. Okay, so that's not as good of a hand as I was hoping it would be. All right. Story mission, no story missions in play. Card effects. Destro is in play, so we're going to have to draw a few complications. All right, so we draw 1 from him, which means Rattler attack at the end of your turn. I'm going to give that Snow Job because this turn's already done and over, so that doesn't matter. So we might as well do this one now. So we draw another complication, which just pushes the meter up by 1. All right, so you can deal with that a little bit later for your own personal side mission. We got to get rid of 2 things here, unfortunately. Sniper rifle can go. I'm going to get rid of rock and roll. I like rock and roll a lot, but I think blowtorch would be able to give me more in the long run. The tranquilizer darts. Let's go. Oh, and the avalanche. Look at that. That's all vehicle types. +3 wild skill. And then each one of those could possibly trigger with Snow Job. He needs to get this out for sure. Tracker, martial arts, and stealth. Awesome. All right, being that the threat meter is in green, it goes up 1, and then at the end of the round, it goes up again. All right, now that we were in Act 2, finale, battle on the roof of the world. Retrieve the ultimate power of the laser core before Cobra can get it charged up and operational. All right, so we know what to do here. We're going to take 2 complications. We're going to slap them under here for when we're ready to start doing this storyline, which the threat meter would go down 2 and target player draws 2 cards, which is awesome. We're now going to take this. We're going to shuffle. I forgot to take the thing from Destro under there, what we pulled from the complication deck. And then 1 random Cobra trooper, or Cobra officer, I should say, goes out into the field. And that happens to be Firefly. 5 for martial arts. At the end of each round, if there are 3 or fewer ninjas in the command center, add 1 ninja to the command center. I don't have a command center. I don't have a command center at all. So I'm going to say he is just here for moral support. I know I backed up a little bit. It's getting a little tight for some reason. He's just here for moral support. That's all it is. I know that I should have probably removed him from there because I'm not doing anything with ninjas or the command center. So I actually still think I shouldn't have put Destro out before. So that's going to be what happens. He's going to be out here regardless of anything. Maybe he's working with Dawn in order to try to help not make the world a frigid area, you know, being Firefly. He likes fire. I don't think that's how that really works, but that's how we're going to go with it. Let's go, Dawn, and come here, his tank. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put the vamp down here. We're going to go after the his tank, and we're going to use Spirit and Freedom. I guess I could just roll 3 dice regardless of anything. There's 3. Oh, man, I obliterated it. If I had missed it all, Spirit and Freedom do +1 hit to the mission, which is enough to defeat this. So that's at least something. I don't have any diffuse, so that's unfortunate. But now we're going to go ahead and go after Destro once again. So Dawn and Beachhead are actually going to be part of this. We'll use martial arts. So Dawn gets 1, 2, 3. She gets all 4. No, she gets 5. She gets a 5th one because it's +1 wild skill for each Cobra officer. There's 2. She gets the 3 from stealth, 1, 2. So she actually gets 2 of these, which is awesome. Beachhead cannot contribute anything, so he's really just 1 regular wild skill. And we'll throw a GI down from, Snow Job, just so we can both activate Beachhead's ability, which is each player on this mission draws a card. That'll happen afterward, or I think that happens now. So let's each draw. Give 1 to Dawn, which is the comms. Give 1 to Snow Job, which is another GI. All right, here we go. We roll that out. It's 1, 2, 3. Okay. We do get another one of these big dice, which is why I'm re-rolling this one right here. 4. And we can re-roll 1 dice from Dawn in her last thing in her hand. 5. Oh, that took everything we had in order to beat him. Whatever. That's 1 gone Destro. We don't have to worry about that. We'll put those in just upside down. I don't really care. Firefly is just going to hang out there. Everything else is the way it is. So that goes to a discard. And that is it for, Dawn. Comms doesn't really do anything. That's all there. I would have wish I could have gotten rid of that, but that's all right. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Fantastic. Come here, blowtorch. Put you right there. Start really piling that on. I know I should get the avalanche as well, but blowtorch is way more important. I figured I was going to need to find that trooper eventually. All right. 1, 2, 3. I know I haven't really been putting anything in the reserves, but I haven't needed anything to go there. I'd rather just kind of do what I got to do with what I have and then take things out bit by bit. So that's good. Dawn is finished. We got Snow Job here plus his own side mission. Okay, we're going to go ahead and first thing that Snow Job is going to do is he's actually going to go after the Snowblind mission. It is stealth, which is going to be very helpful. He is going to put down 1 GI to start it, And then he's going to call in Beachhead from Dawn's team in order to help out as well, because that is 1 and 4 for his stealth, because it requires stealth. And because of that, now each of them get to draw a card as well. So Dawn gets lift ticket and Snowjob gets another GI. Cool. I'll save that GI for my next mission, but we'll see what we get out of this. We need 3. We got 3, yeah. Just keep rolling as many dice as you can. That's the best thing that you could do. All right, Beachhead was used, which is good. The GI will go back. Snowblind has been defeated. Discard Snowblind. Target player draws 2 cards. I'm actually going to give that to Snowjob. So 1 and a 2. All right, I don't think I have any more leaders in my hand. I do not, so this will actually go into reserve because maybe, you know, one of the other players will get it. We got 2 more GIs to go do something. All right, so I definitely want to get rid of the Rattler right now. That's a 2 for vehicles. I'm going to go ahead and make barbecue 1. So we'll do 1, 2, 3. Do I just want to just lay it all down right now? Might as well. 2 more GIs. Boom, boom. And Lightfoot, just to get rid of it. You know, no, we're not going to do Lightfoot right now. We're going to hold on to Lightfoot. You know, yeah, let's take this GI back, and we have 4. Let's just do it right here. Make it nice and easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, boom. Okay, fantastic. That's defeated, so you're out of hand. You're all used. Do I want to just toss you? I got to start thinning out his deck. Yeah, I'm going to toss this GI. So this GI is now out of the game. We just have 1 here. And now I'm going to grab the Cobra Battalion that was on the lineup, and we have Lightfoot, and we have this GI, which is going to be another 4 dice, 3 from explosives and 1 from the GI here. We need to do 2, and we did 3. Awesome, fantastic. You are defeated, so you'll go back up here, and I'm actually not going to get rid of this 1 GI. The Vamp can go back, though. All right, so that's all here. I do have a comms and a second effort. That doesn't matter. I can't do anything with the second effort. I don't want to reserve it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I do that because I want to grab Iceberg, who I threw out before and I forgot to talk about. Recon and martial arts, fantastic. If a snow transport is used, which is in here somewhere, I can use +3 wild skill. So that is going to be very helpful if I get another snow transport out, which would be either the avalanche if I can buy it, or I can find the Snowcat somewhere within Snowjob's deck. Nope, it's definitely one of those cards. Fantastic. Flamethrower. Wow, use heat down in the fire area. Gain 2 hits. If this mission is a success, you do not receive the threat meter bonus printed on the mission. You do not receive it. Oh, okay, well, that's interesting. All right. In any case, it is the end of the round right now, so I have to discard a bunch of things. Well, the story mission is in play as well. Got 2 complications to draw, 1 from the story and 1 from expert mode. So, first complication, put 1 snow serpent into play. So that's just, again, attached to the story. We can take care of that on our own, but it is what it is. Side mission, precision strike at the end of your next turn. Fail the current story mission and discard this card. Oh, that's got to go to Snowjob. This way he can deal with it later on when it gets to be his turn. Tracker, do I want to do that? Yeah, I have to do that because I don't have anybody else with Tracker, and it'll buy me some time. 2 things have got to go out from here. I'll get rid of Ace, and I'll get rid of the Tranquilizer Dart. 1, 2, Polar Bear. We got another snow vehicle here. +2 hits, double all skill bonuses. That's awesome. And then target player destroys 1 card in their discard pile. Oh, I love the detonator. So good for culling. Unfortunately, because we are in the yellow, that does get covered up by a battalion, which I thought I finished, but I did not. And now, whoosh, that goes up 1. All right, here we go. On to the next round. Got a lot going on here with Dawn. This actually can go back down here, which is great. I don't have a leader, so I probably will have a leader next hand. I do have 1 Cobra Trooper to deal with. What do we have? Oh, man, it's a snow one as well. I wish I had one of the snow vehicles, but I think I'm going to try to go after this. We're gonna see what we can do. So let's just grab the Vamp right now. Lift ticket will definitely be 1 we use because he gets 3. I'm going to take Iceberg. I wish it was a snow transport, but that's all right. He doesn't get it. We get martial arts, so he gets 2 added. This is actually from Snowjob, so I'm going to move this over. On loan from Snowjob. All right, we'll use Blowtorch. He doesn't get any of the extra stuff, but he does get 3 more. I'm just going to put the 2 there. He gets a 3rd dice as well. And then we also have just 1 more. We'll put the GI there in order to gain. Oh, we do have 1 more. There we go. So technically then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 dice. But that's more than a 5 right now. We know for sure that it's a 7 because of the Snow Serpent. As far as the other complications go, put Dr. Venom into play. That stinks. And at the end of your turn, gain 1. This goes to somebody else. Okay. The good thing about precision strikes is they don't trigger on the turn they go down. So that will not happen for right now. But with Dr. Venom in play, it does make things a little bit more annoying. However, we can still go after this at a 7 with all of the dice that we have, all 10 dice. 10 dice for a 7, that's tough, but we'll see what we can do. If we fail, the meter goes up by quite a bit. Oh, I don't have any rerolls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Whoa! Oh, thank you, Guys Dodge. Thank you, Guys Dodge. Dice, God. I'm tripping myself up for how awesome that is. Oh my gosh. All right, so these are all used from Dawn, which is awesome. This has now been finished, so Snow Serpent goes away. -2 here. Target player draws 2 cards, and this can go up there. Oh. I'm actually going to give it the Snow Job. We're going to go 1. There we are. There's the cat. And 2. I knew it was there at some point. So just wanted to give that to him. I think that works out better. It is still Dawn's turn. I do have a Cobra Trooper, which if I don't deal with it, that's just going to go to the discard pile. I do have that as well. Zap is explosives. 3 for 3. I could have him try to beat this, or I can have him beat the Cobra Battalion. I'm going to have him try to fight the Cobra Battalion. Let's go. Yep, just the vamp. Boom, boom, boom right there. We got, this is it. This is all we got. We got 3. We just failed in every way, shape, and form. So the battalion still stays on, Zap goes back, and that is the end of Dawn's turn. I would have loved to get that polar cat. All right, so you're there, that's fine. You actually just gonna go right back in here because I didn't do anything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Detonator, why not? Why not do the detonator and start destroying things? I can destroy that Cobra Trooper in her discard pile, no problem. 1, 2, 3, 4, sweet, 5. Thank you. Awesome. And we have Alpine who joins us. Tracker, if mission fails, gain 1 card from the main deck pile. Now this doesn't trigger. This will only trigger on the next. We are now on to Snowjob's turn, and now we're on to level 3. Which before we move into level 3, there is only 2 in here. I thought that I had 3. I forgot that I'm just making this as short as possible. It's already pretty long already. Probably at an hour and 20, hour and 30 minutes, probably ran out with this video, give or take. But before we do that, I need to reshuffle all the complications, including the level 3s. Oh boy. All right, all those complications are down. Now let's triangulate Cobra's secret bunker. The Joes are back in the extreme cold of frozen land, searching for the Viper's nest. Holy crud, we got to get rid of this thing as soon as possible. It does have 1 complication attached to it, which is never a good thing. At the end of each player's turn, add a Cobra Battalion to the leftmost card in the lineup. Oh my goodness, we got to get rid of that. But the Snowblind is also making things really annoying. Remove all remaining Snowblind cards from the game. Okay, good. So if I just beat this, then that is gone here as well. Oh, that is fantastic. All right. But Dr. Venom is making things tough. Leaders cannot be assigned to missions. You cannot attempt a mission against any other Cobra officer while in play. Man, I gotta get rid of him because I have leaders in order to get rid of this. Case in point, inspiration. We have Dawn up here and I have Snowjob in my hand, so at least they each draw a card. Comms and Frostbite. Okay, well that's gonna help a lot. All right, so I'm gonna take Frostbite to my hand, and then I'm also gonna playtime is over because that'll drop the meter down by 1. I also have to watch for this. At the end of your next turn, fail the current story mission and discard this card. Oh no. Oh, I gotta figure out what to do with this one too. Oh, this is gonna be terrible. All right, so at least I know this can go down 1. I got 1, 2 side missions to have to deal with. I can put the Snowcat over here, and then I only have 3. I have 3 Joes that I can do something with, and I can't even assign a leader anywhere until Dr. Venom is gone, and I don't have anything with tech in order to, like, really deal with it. I have to get rid of Dr. Venom. Dr. Venom is the only one right now that's stopping me from doing everything. And the problem is right now is I don't have any tech. I could do 1, 2, and because he's a group mission, Dawn can help and send over her GI. I don't want to send over Spirit and Freedom. It would be 1 additional hit, but I want to use his stuff for the main mission. I would have 3 dice in order to do 4 damage, which is like super unlikely with, I don't think I would have 1, no, I wouldn't even have a reroll. Would have no rerolls with Dawn whatsoever. Okay, All right, Dawn's, I have to do it, I have to. Dawn is going to slap this on. For each side mission you control, this will be Dawn, it's 1. So I have 4 dice to do 3 damage to Dr. Venom. Come on, get out of here. You are making things way too complicated, my friend. Dang it, I would have had him too. God. All right. That's how it works. The dice giveth and the dice taketh away. Get out of here. I hate this guy. That's the worst one in my opinion. All right, these 2 are gone. That's fine. These are into Dawn's discard pile. I can't beat it. Oh man, I can't beat it. All right, well, Cobra Trooper is just going to go back in. I'm actually going to leave Snow Job up here in the reserve, so maybe we'll still be able to win this. We're just going to lose really badly right now. I can't do anything with the diffuse. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 7 that I could spend here. I don't know what my next thing is going to be, so I'm just going to take Hawk because he's the most, well, no, we're going to take the Avalanche because I want to put that into the hangar to have another snow vehicle that I think I should be able to do something with because Snow Job is going to be on my team. End of turn. Here's where the problem now comes in. Boom, that goes here. Fail the current story mission and discard this card. This immediately fails, which means that this goes up 2, bump, bump, and everybody discards a card from their hand. Pretty sure I needed to draw back up to 5 first before I did anything else. 2, 4, 5. Okay. Discarding comms. Discarding. Man, playtime is over because no, we're going to discard the little grunt. We'll discard the grunt because I don't need that. Okay. You go back into your hand now. And it is now the end of the round. At the end of each player's turn, which the story mission I believe was only on for 1 turn, that goes here, I think, right? Or did it go up? I think it actually went up with Dawn. So really there's another one of these battalions up here, which is terrible. Well, actually, no, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Back up. I'm pretty sure that Dawn's turn ended, and I forgot to put that on there. But this fails regardless of anything. I did the discard. This goes up 2. Oh boy. And now this is gone. This is still covered by a snowblind. This actually is in our failed pile, by the way. Once the beginning of Dawn's turn, this gets revealed, then bad things are going to happen. Speaking of which, we do have to do a complication. Put one Snow Serpent into play. It's just in the play for right now. It'll attach to the story mission once it gets there. All right, what am I getting rid of here? We'll get rid of, I do love drawing cards. We'll get rid of the, man, that's additional hits. I don't think I'm going to have anything to do. Talk, because you're expensive, and the survival gear. Sure. 1, 2. Hooray. Thank you, complications. Now a Cobra Battalion goes here anyway because of the meter. And we are officially in the red. Hooray. It's dangerous territory right now, which I don't think the red does anything in 1 or 2 player mode. It's just a scary spot to be in. Like the Cobra Battalions only trigger when you're in the yellow. When you're in 1 to 2 player mode, while you're in the red, you just want to get it out of the red. But now it is Dawn's turn. The Snowblind has gone away. We did not gain any of the abilities for it, but the Act 3 finale now triggers Arctic Blast. All that's left now is the final showdown deep within Cobra's secret base. It's terrible. Put Cobra Commander and 3 Snow Serpents into play. Because the Snowblind was active when this came up, put 5 instead of 3, and at the end of each player's turn, the threat meter moves up by 1. Oh no. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Snow Serpents, effectively making this a +12. And Cobra Commander, at the end of each round, discard all uncovered main deck cards in the lineup, basically burning through the deck really fast. I'm not really too worried about it, but he does increase the difficulty by 3. So, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 15. This is an 18. This is an 18 in order to win. Oh my goodness, and it's only explosives is our main thing. Oh no. And we have to do it in a certain amount of turns because at the end of each turn, the threat level goes up by 1. Plus, I don't think I'll be able to defeat this. I can't with only Dawn. Dawn is the only one I have. I can't defeat this. Oh, this isn't looking good for us, everyone. Let's just detonate out the Cobra Trooper from in here. Boom, at least that makes me feel better. And that's it. With only 3 cards, I can't do anything else. I'm going to leave Dawn here in an attempt to do a massive attack against Cobra on the next turn. So the detonators use, that's a 2. I don't have anything up there for 2. I'm not going to even bother. We'll put the diffuser here. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's not good. All right. 4. Nope, that doesn't work. 5. Hey, we got a reroll, and Dawn is back. Goes up 1, goes up 2. 1, 2. If Snowjob doesn't defeat this thing, which does have another complication attached to it, because why not? By the end of his turn, we've lost. We've lost at that point. Which at this point, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to do that. So let's grab what we have and see what we can do. Actually, we're going to play the inspiration first. I do have Snowjob and you have Dawn, so each draw 1. We got Zap for explosives, which is very helpful, and Diffuse. I'll actually do that as well to lower it 1, but it always goes up 2 anyway, so that's really a moot point right now. All right, we're actually going to take the Snowcat. We're going to go after it. We have to. I have to do this attempt to defeat this thing now, or else that's the end of it. So the Snowcat goes down. It's going to trigger regardless of anything, which is great. So I get 3 explosives and 2 tech. I just need the explosives. So I know I put dice there, but I'm not going to bother with that. Snowjob is going to jump on this with 4 more explosive. So Snowjob is on the mission, all terrain types, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter. We will then also put down 3 explosives from Lightfoot, and Dawn will send over Zap with 3 more explosives. So, oh goodness. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I have 13 dice in total. 4 of them being big dice, the rest of them being the little dice. 1, 2, 3, just counting again. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Destro, I don't really care. Doesn't matter if Destro. Why do we keep getting the same ones? There's a ton of officers. Why do the same ones keep showing up? What did I say? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18. I got to hit an 18 or that's it. Oh no. Okay, so I'm going to roll Snowjob's dice first. So I get 4 of these based on my, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Then I get 9 of these. Here we go. I have 8, and then I get to re-roll 1. And then I do have, sure, we'll keep that. Nope. This is definitely a nope. Absolutely a nope. So this is my 9th one that I roll. Fantastic. I do have a, from Dawn, she would be able to throw in her fire or other re-roll. What is that called? The assault rifle thing, whatever, it doesn't matter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That, there was no way. I would need to, even 12, 13, 14, 15, I would need to hit so much in order to be able to win it. Second effort. That's what it was. Her second effort. She did the second effort, but really it was 11 and I needed 18 in order to win. Because at this point, all of this is gone. I don't have any more things in my hand. It would then be the end of the round and that would go up. Actually, it wouldn't go up again. It doesn't matter. Even if Dawn would go again, I would need to start knocking out these snow serpents one by one for them to go. She would have to defeat hers. That's it. Cobra, you have actually accomplished your scheme. I think the biggest thing here on this side was that I probably should have built out the decks a little bit more. These are fairly thin for as far as I've gone through for the G.I. Joe game, but a lot of this was very high price. We didn't get a lot of good buying power with our guys. And then of course, just in the long run, it got covered up this way. Crystal Ball prevented us from really doing anything else because the meter kept going up. Yeah. At this point, even though we had the one go down and everything, I do not see a win coming from us, even with our lucky dice rolls, if we had any, because Dawn, there was no way. There's no way to go through and defeat all of those snow serpents one at a time to lower it down and then for the threat meter to keep going down as well. So you guys let me know out there if you can see a method to this madness in terms of possibly winning. But at this point, I'm going to call it and say it is what it is. Cobra wins. And there you have it, everybody. Coldsnap for G.I. Joe, the deck builder. Maybe if I didn't have this expert mode, actually guaranteed, if I did not have this expert mode where I just kept adding complications to the field, I would have been better. I did pretty good. I got to the last one. My deck was okay. Definitely should have been better for sure. We finished most of the missions, which was awesome. And then, of course, you know, it just this meter right here, this is your breaking meter. As soon as it gets up too high and hits that top, boom, game over for everybody. The fact that we also got really annoying Cobra officers. Like, look at all these officers. Storm Shadow, we got Crystal Balls. I mean, Zartan's in it for no reason. Major Blood, I had 2 Storm Shadows. Well, that's right, there's an old one and the new one. We had a bunch of different officers, and I just felt like we kept drawing the same ones over and over again, putting Destro into play, putting Venom into play, and then of course all of the other complications that came through that just make things more and more difficult. This one, if I had put 2 snow serpents into play, why not? We didn't see any snow serpents through like most of it, and now at the end we pretty much had them all surrounding Cobra Commander in his white outfit, pretty much saying, "We take over the world. Go away, Joes. We are superior." In any case, thank you guys so much for joining me on this session of G.I. Joe, the Deck Builder. The next one I will do is, of course, Mission 6 from Coldsnap in order to be able to show you the Dreadnoughts. Mission 7 is technically in the Transformers New Alliance, expansion from there. I don't know if I'm going to play that one just because I was not a fan of that expansion personally. Like, it's fine. It has its ups and its fun times and whatever, and I do love the Transformers, but I don't know. Something about that just didn't really like... It's not that it's bad, it just wasn't my shtick or whatever, and I'd rather get to the flag. I'd rather find time to start for you guys this year the full campaign to build the flag, and I think that it would be a much better experience in the long run than going through the Transformers one. But, you know, let me know your opinions down in the comment section below if that's how you feel as well. Whatever you guys want, whatever you guys want to see or whatever, you know, I'm always open for it and everything. Your suggestions are always heard, especially just anybody out there that really wants to see certain things played over others. But again, I'll do the Dreadnoughts to finish up the expansion, but then I really want to jump into that flag. So in order not to miss that or any other games that I happen to put out for you to enjoy, whether it be deck building or worker placement or whatever, or G.I. Joe or Power Rangers or Transformers or any other IPs that I love, be sure you are subscribed to the Home Gamer Dad. If you wish to support the channel even further, as I mentioned in the beginning, the affiliate links are a fantastic way to help me out, heading down there, adding these wonderful things to your collection, but also, you know, just sending a little bit my way through those links. You don't actually pay anything extra at all. It's all Renegade doing that, and it's been very successful for me so far, and I'd like to find more ways in order to try to get those links out there. Just another thing to look forward to for the year, I guess. But regardless of anything, if you don't want to do that, that's cool too. That's more than fine. Because really, your view, your like, your share, commenting on this video, and of course, subscribing to the Home Gamer Dad go a long, long way to helping the channel grow. Thank you guys so much for all you do. That is like the best things out there. You guys, I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much. I look forward to putting more of these out there. And until then, take care of yourselves and each other. We are family forever, gaming together. Might have to do something more with these Towables as well. I just never really had the cards in hand that I wanted to discard in order to snap them on to the +2 wild skill, +2 wild. Yeah, these would have been so good, but I just needed the cards in hand in order to do it, and I never did. So maybe next time, maybe the Dreadnoughts. We'll find out when we play that one. Thank you all again. Take care, and I will catch you in the next one.